right, so today let's talk about personalization in emails. And I know we've had some videos touching on it a bit about how to use that you want to use it, but let's talk about specific examples on how to use it. So, the reason you want to personalize emails, as we talked about previously, is that you want to talk to your email list as though you're talking to someone one on one, like we are right now. There's one person, you're watching this video and you're seeing me speaking to you. And so if I can personalize it for what you're looking for, then that's going to come across a lot more. So that's really what you want to do with your emails. You want to make them personal. And there's a lot of ways of connecting with your list so that it feels like they're talking just to you and who is on your email. And so that's really what you want to do. And so um, don't want to overuse these too much. Okay, so use them strategically and not just overuse them just because you have them. Okay, so it's like bullets in your belt, for example. You don't want to use them all at once. You want to use one every once in a while to get the point across. So that's really what you want to do. So first of all is obviously using someone's name. So having someone's first name in the subject line throughout the email, obviously at the top, like, hey, hey Bob, how are you doing today? And then interdispersed as well. You can have it in there as well. And so that's where it can be a pretty great email, especially when it becomes a subject line. Use it sparingly for the subject line. If you do it every single time, you won't see it open as well as you normally would. But if you want a big spike, you haven't used it in a while, then you can put their name in their email. It's like, hey Bob, check out this exclusive offer just for you. And then that's really was like, oh wow, someone used my name. And so if you ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, I really suggest it because it really talks about the power of using someone's name. And so it works in real life and it works on email. And so it's a really great way to have a personal connection with them. Obviously, if you don't have their name yet, then don't use it. But at the same time, there's definitely a way to do that. You can use like, hey, like whatever person, like, hey, fellow email marketer or something like that. That does have a little bit of personalization to it, so you can do that. But if you do have their first name, use it every once in a while, and it really is great. And then segmentation. So a lot of times we have this huge email list, and there's different people who have different things they're really interested in. So there may be different demographics they're part of, or there may be different behavior, different interests that they've had. So if you can segment your list that way, then that's really going to be helpful too, because then you can start to tailor some of your content to folks that may be like one thing over the other. For example, like Marketopia HQ, a lot of that is more generic emails, whereas this one more generic, different blog posts and different marketing information. Where mostly I focus this one on email marketing for now, just to get a good following, email marketing only. But if you're interested in other stuff too, then we have my marketingtopiahq.com blog for those as well. So that's a way you could do it as well. You could have people on different blogs or something like that. So it really helps with relevance. Also, you can tailor on how many people open. So some people open all of your emails, and those people you can send more. But if people are less likely to open your email, then maybe you tailor back how many times you send them emails through the week and things like that. So those are things that you can do. Obviously, when it comes to offers, is you want to tailor the offer to people that are actually interested in what you have to offer. And so a lot of times you can do, depending upon what they're mostly interested in, like people that are interested in content around, keto diets or something like that. Say you have a fitness and you have people that are in keto and other people are in Episcopalian, for example. You can have different offers for those different types of folks so that you are tailoring what you have. So you can have like a free recipe offer for one for keto, one for Episcopalian. They may have some overlap, but there's going to be a slight difference. And you want to make sure you're writing to the same people because they're both interested in eating better, but one is likely going to look at a different recipe than the other, and it may not necessarily always be the same. So that's a really good way of segmenting offers to your list so that you're giving them when you're going to do that. So The other thing is to personalize send time. So what you can do is you can send an email, and different autoresponders do this. So if yours doesn't do this, maybe it doesn't make sense at this point. But there are autoresponders that will actually send it at a certain time. So say, for example, I want to send an email at 8 a.m. Well, everybody's 8 a.m. slightly different, but I can set it so I send it 8 a.m. if whatever the subscriber's time zone is in. So that's a way of personalizing the send time. And then sometimes you're able to send like when people mostly open, and you're able to track that. And so over time you can look at doing that as well. It's a little bit harder to do that, but if they're more likely to open at those times, then that's worth doing. So those are some things to play around with and test. And then, obviously, it's the more you can track what your subscribers are doing, the better. And so you really want to make sure that you are tailoring it to what your subscribers are doing. If you're seeing a trend and you're seeing like certain people open more during one time or the other, then that's really a good time to test them things out. I like to, test certain send times before or later in the day just to see how well they react. A lot of times that's helpful. Sometimes I'll send like something in the afternoon, or I'll send a second one in the afternoon and see how well it does versus just in the morning. And it helps to see where your subscribers are, and you can adjust accordingly. I wouldn't be too fast to adjust things though, because otherwise you may find that you get less subscribers. But that's a really good thing to do. And so those are some good tips to do in order to personalize your emails to further keeping your email list engaged and opening your emails, so you can give them more of your information that you like to share with them. So hopefully this has been helpful. Again, if you want more marketing tips and information, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, or you can also go to marketopiahq.com to get my free 20 point checklist, and you can get on my list for all of the blogs that I set out each day as well, which is full of other marketing information too. So looking forward to talking to you soon. If you have any questions or information, comments, list them down below. What are some things that you do to personalize your emails, or any other questions you may have? And I'd like to answer any of your questions and in a future video.